Mase is making some headlines after he recently revealed that he doesn't agree with the way LeBron James used his leverage to help his kid, Bronny James, get drafted with pick number 55 by the Los Angeles Lakers. Mase said Kobe wouldn't have wanted it that way. Kobe would have wanted his kid to earn it, said Mase. This is a fantastic conversation. I thought long and hard about this one, and here's where I land. I cannot speak for Kobe Bryant, God rest his dead. Mase cannot speak for Kobe Bryant, God rest his dead. I disagree with Mase, though. I do not believe if Kobe, or hell, let's just use Michael Jordan since he's still alive. I don't believe if they had the leverage and power, they would have wanted their kid to be playing overseas basketball somewhere to quote unquote teach their kid a lesson if they were not able to make the NBA on their own. I know exactly what Mase is saying. I get it. It pretty much is the question that a lot of us that come from nothing ask each other. Behind the scenes, a lot of us ask the question, black people, we say, yo, do you want your kid to know how you had to come up, some of the struggles you had in your life? Or would you rather your kid have to find their way with the lifestyle that you created for them, with your hard work and your big house, with your 2-3 cars? That's the conversations we have. For Mase to think that a father's competitive nature, a father's want to teach their kid a lesson would be that strong to take him away from his family, I think we got some sickness going on. And I think we're taking the lessons too far. And I'll take it a step further. The reality is, black people, we don't have enough time to play that game. We don't have enough wealth to play that game. Let's call a spade a spade. White people ain't playing that game. They ain't making their life harder for their kids. They dealing with the consequences of their kids living in their wealth. And I think we got to do that. We don't have enough time in our communities, in our families, to teach kids tough lessons like that. We just got to be dope enough parents to teach our kids the way in the midst of our success. That's what I really feel. I thought long and hard about this. This is such a great question because initially you're like, man, Kobe would have never brought his son in. Michael Jordan would have never helped his kid get drafted. But then you sit with it and you think, wait a minute. Michael Jordan arguably made the NBA what it is today. He should have had enough leverage to at least get his son a tryout. If his son was somewhere in the realm of good enough, which Bronny was a 4-star athlete, I think is the fair term to put him in. He could have made the NBA. He could have not. He sucked at USC. He was awful at USC. So Bron pulled him in. I'm having a conversation. I disagree with Mase, respect to him, but I think that's a little cynical. I do, and I think a lot of us think that way, and I don't think it's right. I think we're overdoing it. I think we got to find ways to teach the kids the lesson in the midst of the wealth, in the midst of the success, in the midst of our hard work. There has to be other ways to teach our kids valuable life lessons. I don't believe the lesson for Bronny James would have been for his for his dad to say, you're not good enough, which Bronny was not. Go overseas for a year or two, and if you're good enough, come back. That is putting us 2 steps behind instead of putting us a couple steps ahead. I don't agree with that one, especially with all the nepotism in the NBA from the coaches, the executives, and even in players on down. Come on now. Why? You're telling me the greatest, most popular athlete in the last 20 years, he doesn't get the cachet to bring one of his in? One? He hasn't given enough to the NBA to get that back in return? It don't get no greater than him for this generation. If he don't got it, nobody would be able to use that leverage. I don't know, man. I don't know. If you are like me and love flexing your NBA knowledge, you should head over to the best place to play fantasy sports. That's Underdog Fantasy. For me, I love the pick'em game. It's super simple to play too. All you got to do is go to the Underdog Fantasy website or app, pick whether a player will have a higher or lower stat line for that game, get all your picks right, and you can win up to 20 times your money. And when you sign up, if you use my code FERRO, your deposit will get doubled. You can't beat that. Again, head over to today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy's website or app, use my code FERRO, and your first deposit will get doubled. Do you want to see your favorite athlete live in action next time they're in your town? Or do you want to see your favorite artist performing in concert next time they're in a city near you? Head over to the SeatGeek website or app and use my code HoopsFerro for $20 off your first purchase. Make sure you subscribe to the It's Mr. Taliaferro YouTube channel, and hey, donate a super chat. Follow me on Facebook at It's Mr. Taliaferro, cop a supporter badge. The Underdog Fantasy promo code is FERRO. The SeatGeek promo code is HoopsFerro. And follow me on Twitter at itsmrtaliaferro.